Hi everyone, welcome to Cook Vegan, and today we're going to be making vegan pate. So this is perfect for Christmas. You can see me in my Christmas jumper here, and the kids are in the background. So I have 3 children, for those of you who don't know, and there's going to be lots of noise and fun going on while we're making this video. So do stay tuned because you will love it. And don't forget to subscribe to Cook Vegan, not just on YouTube, but I've also got a Facebook group and Instagram, so find me anywhere. And hopefully be inspired by lots of delicious, easy, plant-based recipes. So we're going to start with this one now. I've got my list as well. I've got my whole thing of what we're making at Christmas. If you're on the Facebook group, you might have seen that already. And probably you're going to be watching this after Christmas. But this is good for New Year's and anytime, Easter, anytime you feel like a pate. So I've got my little list here so I can go through it all and hopefully not forget anything while I'm telling you how I'm doing it. So obviously I'm starting with putting the stove on, and I want that on full heat, and I'm going to put in some olive oil. This is about 3 tablespoons of olive oil, but you basically want enough to coat the bottom of your pan. And we're going to have truffle oil in this as well, so there is going to be that delicious oily flavour. And here I'm going to put in everything together. So I have here, let me check, I've got 4 cloves of garlic and 2 small onions. You could use 1 big onion if you have, and it's always good to put that in first, although in my case, because I'm in a rush and I've got so many other things going on in the kitchen at the same time, I have literally just put this all in the same bowl. And I have here mushrooms, 5 cups of mixed mushrooms. So I've used oyster mushrooms, button mushrooms, and these delicious long stem mushrooms here. So I'm going to start by throwing those in. And I also have 1 cup of already cooked, delicious chickpeas. So in my case, because I'm in a rush, these are tins. So I'll drain them, rinse them, and those have gone in. And that will help bulk it up as well. So I'm just going to coat this now in the olive oil and now that's go around. And I want this to saute. I might actually have to add a little bit more olive oil in. As I always say on my videos, you can always add a tiny bit of water to this instead of having olive oil or making your recipes too full of oil. So the garlic's also going in. Did I mention that we have garlic? We've got here 4 cloves of garlic. Again, all of my recipes you can be super flexible with. So if you don't have this particular mix of mushrooms, don't worry. You can go with others. You can always use tinned mushrooms or dried mushrooms that you've just rehydrated. So we're stirring those in. And now that everything has been coated nicely, I'm going to just turn down the heat because I want those to simmer. So I'm putting that on a medium heat of 5 now, from 9 to 5. So there we go. Oh, so good, so good, it's delicious. And I'll just bring the camera in and show you guys what that looks like. So there we go. So you can see there. So that's all getting all the flavour together. And while that's cooking, we are going to blend that up. So don't worry too much about how you cut these up. You can just cut them really roughly. If you do have the time and the energy and you're a super chopper, then feel free to dice those. At the end of the day, it's all going to be blended to make this delicious pate. So now that that's on a medium heat, actually I might just put that back up to 6 or 5.5. So just see that. You want that all to be cooking nicely. I am going to add in our seasoning. So I'll take a teaspoon so I can do this and measure it nicely. Now I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast. Now it's already going to have that truffle oil, almost cheesy flavour, but I'm going to add in a little bit of that as well because it's just such a great source of B12 and it has so much nutrients in, so that's always good. And I've got here, so I am reading this as well so I don't get my recipe wrong. Oregano, 1 dried teaspoon of oregano, so I'm going to be having a little bit of heat there and be generous. So put that in as well, and then feel free to stir that in. Oh, so good. So all the yummy flavour and smells are starting to fill my kitchen. Oh, I hope you guys are having a really nice day preparing. 2020 is a weird year.
Send this to my teacher.
I will do. This is my son coming in. As I said, we are going to have fun like that.
Mommy,
that's all good.
send it to my teacher.
I'll send it to your teacher. I will.
Yes, and then I will ask that they dance here and then he'll see you.
Oh, that's so nice.
I make more videos.
Make videos for your teacher. She's going to be so chuffed. Perfect. Okay, right. So there we go. All your mums and dads out there know what cooking with kids is like, so it's all good. Right, now I've got here my nutritional yeast. I'm also got my tamari. If you have soya, you can also go with that. Oh, mine's not even open. So I'll just open that. And I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of tamari. I'm also going to add in 1 teaspoon of whole grain mustard. So let's go with this. So there we go. So this is 1 tablespoon, so 2 teaspoons. That will just give it the nicey, oh, what am I saying? The nice salty flavour. And then here I'm going to put in my 1 teaspoon of mustard. Mix that in as well. Lovely. And it's actually a good time now to add my walnuts. Now the walnuts will just be heated as we're doing that. So you can crush them as well. I haven't had time, so I've just bung them in. This is half a cup worth of walnuts, so I'll just let those go in and hopefully soften up a bit. Feel free, if you like to activate your nuts, to soak those as well overnight, because that's also a really good way of making sure you get your nutrients in. And then all of that is going to be blended as well. And what else am I adding to this? So that's it, and a little bit of salt and pepper. Salt you don't really need because we've just added the miso, but I'll just put a tiny bit here of iodized salt, just a pinch, and about half a teaspoon of pepper. Oh, new pepper. So it's all going on in the house, and it's really fun. I love it. So here we go. So you might hear different noises now. Okay, there we go. Half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. You could use brown white pepper as well if you wanted. And now the most important ingredient of all, it's really going to give this pate the really yummy flavour and make it feel really special, is our truffle oil. Now I have here white truffle oil and black truffle oil. You could use either. I'm going to go with the black one for this recipe. And again, it depends how strong you like the flavour. But I'm putting in here 4 tablespoons. So I'm just going to put that in. 1, 2, 3, 4. As I said, if you're not a massive fan, then by all means just put in 1 or 2. And if you do want this flavour, because a lot of people love this flavour to come out, just making sure I get that off my spoon. And now I'm just going to stir that in. And I'm going to allow this to simmer for about 10 minutes so it gets super soft. And then I'm going to blend it, and I will be back with you then. So now that this has been on for 10 minutes, as I said, you might want to keep on stirring this so that it doesn't stick to the bottom. And this has been on 5, so exactly on a medium heat. As I said, it always depends on your own stove. And do check it in case it needs an extra pinch of salt or not. While this has been cooking, I've been breaking up those delicious walnuts there. As I said, if you've soaked those before, you won't have that problem. Sorry, the camera's going everywhere. And right, now that that's done, I'm going to just turn that off. Like that. Nice bit of onion that came out. And I'm using my Thermomix, but guys, any blender that you have, even a handheld one will be okay, because this is all quite soft now. And this is going to make a nice size pate, but if you've got loads of people coming over, and obviously you're watching this not in 2020 when we don't have a lot of people coming over, you can always double the quantities. Mushrooms and a bit like spinach, and that you can have loads of them, and then when they're cooking they obviously reduce so much. So now I'm just going to throw all of that into my blender, whiz that around. Again, depending on how strong your blender is, you really want to leave that for a while, at least a minute, maybe more, again, depending on your blender, and so it really becomes a smooth, nice paste. And then I'll show you that in a second when we're done. So here we are, we're done. This was on in the Thermomix for exactly 1 minute at a speed of 5 or 6. You can see that some of the onion actually went around the side, so I had to push it down. But you want to make sure it's all blended nicely to be like this, super soft and nice. And then you can put it in anything you want. Obviously the nice jars are very reminiscent of traditional pate, which obviously as a vegan we don't want to have. And even if you're watching this and you are not a vegan, this is still delicious. I just gave a bit to my husband and he loved it. And I'm personally going to serve it in these lovely dishes that I have. So especially good for COVID times because everyone can kind of have their own. I'm just going to put a bit at the bottom, cover it, put it in the fridge, let it set and be cool, and then serve it later on tonight as part of our Christmas Eve dinner. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you do make it, let me know what you think. I personally think it's delicious and a really nice mix of everything, and also it's healthy. So it's a win-win for everyone. Sorry for all this crazy noise going on in the background. Cook Vegan is all about busy people making delicious food as quickly as possible and hopefully avoiding as much washing up as possible. So thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you soon, and don't forget to check out some of the other videos and subscribe to this channel. Bye from me and a very Merry Christmas, and if you're watching this at another time of year, just have a great day. Bye.